What's up, everybody? This is Royce with Fishing Master 421. I'm giving you today my top 5 best and most favorite places and how to fish. My number one place that I love is at Wilson Dam, below Wilson Dam on the low side. It's actually Pickwick Lake over on the Tennessee River. You can go over there and throw a skipjack rig, get you some skipjack, cut those skipjack in half, or fish with them whole, or if you can get them right off while they're alive, throw them out there, and you can catch some huge fish. I'm talking 75-pound plus blue cats. I'm talking 40-50-pound saltwater stripe. Massive fish can be caught with this technique, and I absolutely love it. It's my favorite to do of anything in the world. My second most favorite fishing to do is at the mouth of creeks on Tennessee River. Take the kind of the same bait techniques with your skipjack, and where a creek channel comes out and the current of that creek meets the current flow of the river, it'll kind of cause a rollback spot called an eddy spot. Well, I like to anchor above that and fish down into it. And that's a whole lot of fun. You can catch some big fish doing that, as far as, big blues, saltwater stripe, or you can switch over and throw some, 1 ounce flukes, 1 ounce lead heads with some flukes on them, or ½ ounce. You can catch some big stripers, some saugers, some largemouth bass. A lot of fish to be caught in that scenario, that situation right there. A lot of fun, and I do that a lot. It's one of the top best ways and places to fish. My number 3 way is drifting. Get some cut bait. If I'm catfishing and or even bass fishing with jigs or worms, get up to the very highest point up to the dam and just turn loose, no anchor, and let the current carry you down. And if you're catfishing with cut baits, you just let your lead down till you feel the bottom, reel it up a little bit, and just bounce your bait on the bottom as you're drifting. You better hang on, because if you come across a piece of structure or something on the backside of that structure on that current, there's 95% of the time is always something big lurking right there, waiting on a piece of bait to wash over, or a bait fish to wash over. When you're drifting with that current, and you're on heavy braided line, and you're just right under the boat, you don't have a lot of line out, there's no stretch in that line. When that big 50-60 pound blue snatches up that bait, and you're there, I mean, it's just tug of war, and it is intense fight. If the big stripers grab it, intense fight. Very fun, effective way to fish. I love drifting, and you can do that with bass. Put your jigs on, put your worms on, and get closer to the bank, drift down, beat the banks as you go down, catch some nice largemouth over on Tennessee River. Certain times of the year, around early spring, late winter, you can get into some big smallies over there. So if you like catching smallmouth bass, I don't fish for those a lot. They are there to be caught. A lot of fun to do. My number 4 is fishing in the lakes, like over at Cedar Creek Lake Reservoir. You can go in there and you can find the roadbed or the boat ramps or something like that, where there's some structure that holds heat, either be it rocks or any of that. In the spring of the year, pre-spawn, the bass will hold those, especially the small males. They will hold those, and they will stack in there. They will be just thick in there, I mean, by the hundreds. And you can just pound on those fish. As much as you want to catch them, you can just pound on them. They're good for getting fish to eat if you like to eat. If you don't fish, that's a lot of fun. Last but not least, my 5th favorite way to fish and where to fish is over on the lake reservoir for crappie. Jigs or live minnows. Fishing, either drifting or fishing around docks, fishing around fallen trees in the water. Crappie fishing with jigs, and when you can find them and you get on a nest of them like that, or you beating around those boat docks and you catch those fish, that is some of the most fun I think you can have fishing them. A load of fun, a lot of fish to catch doing that. And they eat so good. I mean, I don't know, some of you may not eat fish, some of you may eat any kind of fish. Me personally, crappie, a little 12, 10-inch, 11-inch crappie is perfect to eat. I mean, perfect. And I can't think of any fish that I've ever ate that was as good. And there's just right there in my top 5 ways to fish. But I hope this give you some ideas of how to catch some fish. I hope that y'all are getting out there and fishing. My point of this channel is I hope to get some of the younger. I hope to get some of the younger people out there fishing. I want to appeal to the new fishermen, the young fishermen. I want to get out the knowledge that I gained from my research and then from Pops. You see Pops in some of my videos. There ain't nothing Pops don't know. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Pops knows a lot about fishing. He knows them old school tricks. I mean, I've been fishing with Pops and nobody be catching fish, and Pops be catching them. I've been in many tournaments one-on-one with him. We get, to talking competition, get to talking smack to each other, and him smoke me, blow me out of the water. And I'll be doing what he's doing. I'll watch what he's fishing with. I'll be jigging the way he's jigging. I'll hold my mouth the way he's holding his mouth, and he will just murk me every time. I guess it's just something that them old schoolers have that, that my generation just don't have. But there's lots of times Pops have puts me under the boat. And I fished tournaments with him where he's put everybody. I've seen him win bass tournament after bass tournament. And bass tournaments is not even his thing. He don't even like to bass fish. He just knows how to. He's a survivalist fisherman from, way back in the Vietnam days. I mean, he's old school. He's, and he grew up fishing for food. It wasn't a sport. It was groceries. And now that he's in his older age, I mean, he's almost, in a couple years, he'll be 70 years old, and he's really laid back as far as, fishing. And all of the stuff that I learned from him is what I want to, and on my own, is what I want to try to give to these new generations. And that's my goal of this channel, is to bring people along with me through my experiences fishing, through my learning experiences. And I want to teach people what I know. I want to teach them what I learn. And I want to hear from people. I mean, I'm never too good to learn anything. I mean, because what I do may not be right. It's just what I like to do. And all this that I teach you is my opinion. It's not going to be politically correct. It's not going to be always correct as far as fishing. It's just what's worked for me, tactics that's worked for me, tackle that's worked for me, situations that's worked for me. And most of those, in those top 5 that I give you, those are what I go to. Those are my go-tos. And through this channel, you'll see me go through those top 5. You'll see me in those situations, breaking down those situations for you to catch those fish. That's how you'll see me fishing, and in those locations. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button. The more traction I can gain with this channel, the better it'll be. And right now, I know how to fish. I don't know much about YouTube. I don't know how the algorithms work. I don't really know have the best editing skills. I'm working with an iPhone and a Hero 5. So, I'm still learning, editing and cameras and YouTube. I'm still learning that stuff. I would say I'm good at fishing. I'm not good at YouTubing. So just bear with me and, keep following me. If nothing else, it'll be funny watching me try. It's got to be funny watching me try to do something. So, I look forward to talking to people, and anything anybody wants to see, let me know. I would gladly post, any kind of things that I can do along the lines of fishing. I'll be more than happy to make a video on. And I really appreciate everybody. And y'all have a blessed day. See ya. Peace.